Hello, my lovelies. Elsie here to do your sneak peek for the week. Well, it's not for this week, but it is for the next 7 days. Just trying to keep up. That's all I'm doing right now. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. I'm here with 12 decks. I was going to say 7. My brains are not really online today. But I'm here with 12 decks, and I'm going to read from each of those decks for each of the signs, and then I'm going to mark everything down below in the description field. If you scroll this video and you don't see the chapters because you're on your phone, then you can always go to the description area and click on whatever you like for whatever sign you're looking for. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to ask you to please stop watching tarot just for your sun sign. You don't really know what's going on if you're just watching for your personality or theirs. So I hope that you will take the time to go anywhere on the internet and get a free natal chart by putting in either your time of birth or whether you were born in the AM or the PM, and then your other information. And that things will start to make a lot more sense when you start to watch for all 3 signs. There are private reads available. Private reads are open at this time. I am caught up, so if you're interested in that, please look at the pinned comment under every video that I upload. There's a pinned comment. It will give you the information about how to find me, how to find the deals that you want for a live reading. Right now I'm doing live readings, and if you're interested in that, it's been a lot of fun, and if you book ahead, you will get a discount. There's discounts between 5 and 75% on the live reads. And then I also do pre-recorded reads if you're interested in that. Let's get it done. Let's find out what's going on for you. We'll start with Aries. And Aries, how is that full moon for you? That full moon, that super moon in Aries will linger for a little bit here. So we're getting full moon energy right now. Tell me about my fire family. About Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Fun fact, Aries, I am a Taurus Aries cusp. I know for those of you who are into astrology, heavy duty, that doesn't make sense. But when you're an energy reader, it all makes sense. The lines are blurred at some point and it all makes sense. All right, let's find out what's going on for you, Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Happy full moon. What's coming up in these full moon energies for you in the next 7 days? Tell me about Aries. We've got the Queen of Wands. Why do we have the Queen of Wands? We've got the 8 of Pentacles. So you've been working on gathering the energy or the bravery, I would say, to do something here, to make a bold move of some sort. I feel like you have been going over the details of something for a while, Aries. It feels like you've been planning or building or learning, possibly doing school, building a business. There's something here that you're not telling people because the Hanged Man is here. And so when the Hanged One is here, you are in perspective energy. You're in a pause. You're wondering, what is this going to cost me? What do I have to sacrifice? What should I be sacrificing in order to be able to get to the place that I want to be? For some of you, that place is the throne. But I feel as though you know that there are things that you're going to have to give up to get there. We've got the King and the Queen of Wands here. Very interesting. So the King of Wands is wisdom and is somebody who is Aries, somebody who is looking directly at the Hanged energy and saying, I know I have the wisdom, the energy, the power, and the know-how to get the thing that I want. But what I'm going to have to do is make a really bold move. And because you're already feeling sort of like you've got to be the one who's resilient all the time, I feel like you are gaining momentum. I'm looking at these little sprouts that are growing off the wands here, the tree limbs, and it feels like we're gaining momentum, getting ready to go. She has 3, he has 4, and I feel like we're gaining momentum to do something here, to make some sort of a power play or a big bold move. Tell me about Aries. Next 7 days, tell me about Aries. We've got the 8 of Wands. Yep. I think that you are, the powers or energy for you is gaining momentum. And I feel like you are about to take a really bold step forward. All of your energy. It feels like you're going for it, I would say. You are, you're taking your shot at something here. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. And we've got the 7 of Cups. When I put down the Six of Pentacles, what I heard Charlie say was, because I'm not going to do you dirty like you did me. So I feel like you feel someone did you wrong or did you dirty. I feel as though the Seven of Cups is telling me that you have been thinking about it, dreaming about it. It feels like you're about to make a bold move. And it feels like you've been on this for a while. For some of you, maybe it's 7 months. For some of you, maybe it's 6 years, 8 years, possibly. But it does feel like there is a plan in place, or you have been planning something. Two Wands is waiting at the crossroads, but also devising a plan before I move forward and take action. So it feels like there is something here that you've been thinking about doing, giving someone something, your time, your energy, your efforts, because I'm not going to do you dirty like you did me. We do have 8, 9, 10 Wands here. It feels like first you have to drop some sort of a grudge, or drop some sort of it feels like the Eight of Pentacles being Virgo energy. It feels like it's like, I wouldn't say that Virgo is grudge, but I would say that it's like I have to finish the details. I have to cross all the T's and dot all the I's before I'm able to move forward on this. Tell me what we're talking about. We've got the Seven of Wands. You're about to stand up for yourself here. It feels like it might have to do with someone who you've blocked or someone who's blocked you. I feel like it caused wounded warrior energy, 7, 8, 9. Tell me more. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, and I feel like you want to get on even ground here. There's something here that I feel that you have multiplied, and I think what you have multiplied is your ability to be brave, I want to say, is what it feels like. You want to get on even ground with somebody here, and I feel right now you're not quite there. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Hierophant energy. So for some of you, I'm talking about you in your relationship at this time. It almost feels like you are just going to say it. I don't have any swords here, but it does feel like right now it's a plan that you're devising to go for it, to make a bold move, to say something. I'm going to give you more than you're giving me at this time, because I'm not going to do you dirty like you did me. But it feels like the Seven of Cups is telling me that you're sort of, it's a dreamy energy. You're sort of dreaming about it, devising the plan in the 5D, quite likely. I feel like there has been some sort of a block. So I'm going to say that maybe it's a block to finances, or a block in the relationship, or the commitment that you're in. The commitment with the Queen of Pentacles could also be the workplace. It feels like you're about to speak up about something. You're about to just say it. It's time for me to protect myself financially in this relationship, commitment, or this could be the workplace as well. Tell me about this. We've got the Chariot. You're about to move forward here. It feels like you've been disciplining yourself in some way. Maybe you've been disciplining yourself financially, or disciplining yourself at work, and it feels like there is something going on that you're about to step forward on here, and you're about to say something to somebody who's blocked you from maybe the promotion, or who has maybe taken your work and called it their own and is taking credit for it, if it's the workplace. The Chariot here tells me that there's been a lot of discipline, a lot of balance, and now I'm supposed to get the victory. We've got the Judgment card. Yep, I feel like this tells me here that somebody is about to say something. Yes, because it feels like you need to make something right, and you don't really care what the consequences are at this point. The Judgment card tells me that there's been many opportunities for you to do this, but you weren't ready. Every time it came around and stared you in the face, whether we're talking about a relationship or a workplace or money, something to do with finances, it feels like you weren't ready then, but you're ready. The Queen of Pentacles is always ready, is prepared, right? The Queen of Pentacles is the CEO of the astrological world. That's the one who is the planner, who has all the details covered. And it's here that you started pulling together all of the details. I feel like you are about to say something to someone, to make something right, and reclaim your balance, reclaim the scales here. You're making a judgment, and it's going to seem like to someone else that you're judging them, but I feel like you have to say it. Tell me what the outcome is here. We've got the Four of Cups. We've got the Page of Swords. And we've got the Ten of Wands. It does feel like somebody has been ignoring you, Or with the Page of Swords and the Four of Cups, it feels like somebody is either rejecting your advances or you're trying to talk to them and they're giving you the silent treatment. The Ten of Wands tells me it's weighing heavy on you and you don't like that. And you have the power to change it. And I think you're going to, because you're about to stand up for yourself and say something. And you don't care what has to be sacrificed here. Whether you have to sacrifice the job, you may get fired for saying it. And I don't think you care anymore. I think you've had enough. And I feel like you're about to stand up for it. And that kind of is in along the lines of what's going on with this full moon here. Because it is about finally resolving something or looking at something that has been going on. You're like, how did I let that go on for so long? And I don't think you're doing it anymore. It feels like you're making a bold move here with the Queen of Wands and the Chariot energy to stand up for yourself and finally say something. And it could cause your relationship to fall to shit. It could cause a divorce. It could cause you to lose your job. It feels like you're ready though, because you're prepared with the Queen of Pentacles. Tell me what is around the corner for Aries. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Now is the time, friend. Ooh, boy. So it does feel like you are going for broke. With the Five of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, destiny's here. And I think that you don't really care if you end up on the outside looking in. I think that you're ready. You've got your resources. You've got your plan. The Queen of Cups is here. I think you're going to say it in the kindest way that you know how, the most compassionate way that you know how. But the Wheel of Fortune is here, and you can't ignore the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is not waiting for you to be ready, although I think it's fortunate that you are. The Wheel of Fortune is expansion. It is destiny, and everything is turning. It's changing. Something is about to make a really big 180 for you. And I feel like you're the catalyst. You're the one who is going to cause something here. You're going to say it the best way that you know how, the most grounded, kind, feeling, and sweet way that you know how. But I feel like either way, somebody's not going to be happy with you, and I really don't think you care. Because I think you're prepared to move on. To wherever you need to go from wherever. But I feel like wherever you've been, it's been far too chaotic in the mind, and you're just not dealing with the circumstances anymore. I feel like it would be far better for you to walk away than for you to carry on the way you have been. Yep, that's it. Queen of Swords is here. You're going to say something, and then if you get let go or fired or somebody kicks you out of the house or it ends up in divorce or separation or whatever it is, I don't think you care. I think you've already planned for everything here. We've got Libra energy, Virgo and Pisces. We've got Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We've got lots of fire energy, so we'll call it Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We've got Scorpio and Cancer here. All right. All right, all right. Let's talk about you, Taurus. My bull gang. All right, friends. Let's find out what's going on for you, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. What's going on for Taurus in the next 7 days, please? Tell me about Taurus over the next 7 days. Happy full moon to you, friends. How was that full moon for you, my cuspies? Or you, those of you who have Aries energy? And even if you didn't, it might have been, full moons are always a place that it's hard to let things go. Let's find out what's going on for you, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Taurus, we've got the Two of Swords. A decision. It's decision time. I think that you are literally letting something go here. I feel like you need to let something go in order to regain the balance that I feel you couldn't see previous to this. It does feel like there is, it has to do with some sort of feeling. But also I feel like this is kind of a bit of a shock or a surprise to you that you're ready to let something go. It does feel like it is a feeling or a thought pattern. And the reason that you're letting it go is because you've decided, I've got to make the decision. Now, the Two of Swords is here, and that is decision making. It's like I'm cutting one thing out in favor of another. And it's, the person's got their eyes covered because the universe is saying, look, I know you'll see it when you believe it, but I want you to feel it out this time. And I think that's why the Page of Cups is here. I feel like this is something that is going to surprise you. I don't know that you really have been feeling that you're ready to do it, but I think it's going to be done in a moment's notice. This is like really interesting because the star is here and you can see that the person on the star is holding two swords. I feel like this is a decision that you are good with. I think you have made the decision finally in order to have emotional healing is what it feels like. It feels like you have been thinking about letting something go so you can heal from it. And I think there's 4 swords here that I can see. It does feel like you are in a healing energy. You've been working on transforming yourself after a long time of waiting and holding on to something romantic here, Taurus, or something that is just emotional. It doesn't have to be romantic, of course. But we do have the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is putting the hard work in on something, but it's also throwing your seeds of intention. You have the intention of moving forward into the future. This area for me is the future. And so I feel like first you have to transform, and that transformation is coming because now you're finally ready to let go of something that had a hold on your heart. I'm hearing a song, that's why I've gone quiet. Oh, okay, that's a hole in my heart. I'm hearing Rick Springfield. I've got a hole in my heart is what he's singing. So it might be something that that really put a hole in your heart, whatever it was, whatever the situation is, and you know that it's finally time to cut it free, let it go, and heal from it. Because it's time to throw your seeds of intention in another place. Something here is definitely over and is transforming itself. And I feel like up till now, it was likely quite confusing or overwhelming. I feel like the 2 of Swords is cutting through the illusion that you couldn't let it go. And that the Death card is telling me that it was necessary for you to transform. But before you could do that, you had to let go of this. And so I feel like the moving forward, by closing a door and moving forward, it is something that I feel it will linger with you for a while. The Devil energy is here, and for me that's attachment or obsession. It feels like it is something that you have been trying to let go of. Now, it could be a person, place, or thing, or a job, or whatever it is for you, but it feels like it's been attached to you for so long emotionally that's why it was so hard to let it go. But I feel like you're finally making the final cut, the final decision to cut away the devil, to cut away the doubt, to cut away the fear, to cut away the obsessive thinking about it. And now you're closing off your feelings to it. I don't want to do this anymore. We've got the 9 of Wands, Sagittarian energy. We've got the 4 of Pentacles. You're shutting off and shutting down. I no longer want to be feeling like I have to be resilient in every situation. I feel like this, whatever it was, caused you to be the wounded warrior, caused you to drag around some trauma, possibly. But it's time to build a new foundation. I really like this card. It's holding on to 3 Pentacles, which is the foundation, and the Ace. I'm now going to put... excuse me. I'm now going to put my effort, time, and energy into investing in myself. I'm going to build a new foundation. And I can do it with a broken heart. Taylor Swift, right? I can do it with a broken heart. Yeah. One more. Take this one, top here. Oh, we might as well take them. Tower and the 6 of Cups. So it's a decision that I feel you are making to fight for something. That is, I think that you're fighting feelings, you're fighting nostalgia, you're fighting memories from the past, but I feel like the Tower is going to help you out here. When you really are ready to make a decision, and not everybody's ready at the same time, so if you're not ready, it's okay. But when you're ready to make the decision, you stop fighting it. You start standing up for yourself. The 7 Wands is here. You start standing up for yourself and realizing, look, I can build a new foundation if I just invest in myself and turn away from whatever it was that hurt you emotionally. I feel like you're going to keep these memories with you, but I also feel that the Tower is here because the Tower always shows up for mercy and is going to shift you into the future, and eventually these thoughts or nostalgic feelings that you have are going to dissipate. And so I feel like the Tower is showing up because the illusion is here, and the Tower breaks down the illusion that you were attached to something that you couldn't let go of. So I feel like probably in the next 7 days here, Taurus, you are finally, it's like you're saying your final goodbye to something. and moving off into the future. Something that that was attached to you. Tell me what the outcome is. We've got the Ten of Cups. Look, it brings you such happiness. I think that something you've been holding on to for years for some of you. Maybe 7 years, 4 years, 10 years. It feels 11 years. It feels like it's something you've been holding on for years, possibly. We've got the High Priestess, and we've got the Seven of Swords. I love this because the Ten of Cups is the energy of having reconciled within the self, right? Because the 9 comes before the 10, and the 9s are something you build by yourself, which is the inner happiness, and it brings you to this place of the ultimate apex of happiness. You're now at the top of the mountain looking down, and I feel with the High Priestess, your intuition is telling you now you can move on. So I feel like it was a process, Taurus. The High Priestess is remaining silent while they leave behind the chaos and go to the calmer place. It does feel like you're finally listening to your intuition, which says, look, you can let it go now. It was never yours. It was never going to be yours. It was meant to be here for a short time. And Taurus, you know you have a hard time letting go. You will hold on to things for years and years. Old relationships, old friendships, a grudge. You'll hold on to it. What's around the corner? We've got the Emperor. I like it. We've got the Five of Coins. Look, you finally pull it all together. The Emperor energy is somebody who is standing strong, secure, and stable. I'm the one who's in charge here. I make these decisions. Nobody is going to make them for me. And my decision is I'm detaching. I feel like it happens pretty quickly when you make the decision, Taurus. The 2 5s are here, and if you've watched me long enough, you'll know that more than 1 5 in a reading for me tells me something happens pretty quickly. But it feels like first you're going to go through this agonizing process in the mind of letting go of a grudge, breaking yourself free of something you were too loyal to that didn't deserve your loyalty. We've got the World card in the reverse. It was a door that you left open, an energetic door. I hope they'll come back. I hope they'll give me the job. I hope they'll restore my faith. And it never happened. And so I feel like after years of holding on to this, whatever it is, a thought process, a job or a grudge, whatever it is, the loyalty, because you couldn't let go because of your loyalty, it's time for you to let go of the 5 wands, which is indecision. It's time for you to finally let go and close the door that you had left open energetically back there. So I think that's what's happening over the full moon for you. We've got Scorpio. We've got more Scorpio. We've got Leo energy. We've got Capricorn, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. We've got Aquarius energy, more Taurus. We've got Aries again, Sagittarius, Capricorn. We've got Scorpio energy, lots of Scorpio energy. We've got the High Priestess, who is Pisces. We've got Taurus. We've got Aquarius, Cancer, and we've got Libra energy. All right. Let's look at it. Gemini. Excuse me. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Gemini, please. After this full moon, after whatever it is that you've decided you're letting go of, or maybe you haven't even made the decision. But listen, the full moon energies linger for a little bit, so it might be a delayed reaction for you here, Gemini. Tell me what's going on with Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Gemini. We have the Chariot energy. You're moving forward from something here, and it feels like you finally disciplined your emotions, your feelings, or your masculine feminine energy, which is going to allow you to move forward here. We've got the Two of Swords. You're moving forward with making the decision. Maybe you've been holding back from making a decision, but with the Chariot here, fast-moving energy, but also disciplinary energy and success. It feels like you're going to successfully make that decision. You've been feeling it out. Cancer energy is the Chariot. The Two of Swords is here, which is Aquarian energy, but it is also the person's eyes are covered. I'm trying to feel it out. There's a lot of water in the background. I'm going to make this decision. It feels like in the next 7 days. We do have the Devil energy, and the Devil energy is feels like there was something here that you were very attached to, or something you couldn't let go of, or something that wouldn't let go of you energetically. It feels like with this Cancer energy, it could be something emotional that you're finally letting go of here. Could be an argument or a fight could be, pardon me, regret. I've got the High Priestess. Excuse me, hang on just a second. Okay, we've got the High Priestess energy. It feels to me as though your intuition is helping you make the shift. It feels like you have been quiet about something that possibly you know is going to be a really big decision for you. Something that you've been thinking about for a while, for a long time. The High Priestess energy is remaining silent and mysterious, but also is somebody who's doing so because they're receiving inspiration. A little light up at the top of the throne that the High Priestess is sitting on. You're quietly about to receive some sort of inspiration about a decision you've been trying to make for a while, and it's a hard decision because hard decisions is swords. I know that I'm going to eventually have to cut one away in order to pursue the other with the Chariot energy here. What are you pursuing? We've got the Page of Cups in the reverse. We've got the Six of Swords. And we've got the Queen of Wands. It feels to me here, Gemini, that you are making a really big move, a brave move, to move into the future, to get rid of the chaos. Look, the Page of Cups is in the reverse. And for me, when the Page of Cups is in the reverse, it's because you're dealing with someone who's really immature. Somebody who is quite immature, somebody who was off and on with their I like you, I don't like you, I like you, I don't like you. This could be a friendship. It could be somebody who's not necessarily treating you the best, but you've been holding on, waiting for them to make a decision. I don't think you're waiting for them to make a decision anymore, because I think your intuition is telling you that this had you stuck. Whatever this relationship is, the Page of Cups in the reverse, it could be a child, could be an adult child, but it is someone who's acting like a child, somebody who has no control over their emotions, who's not listening to their intuition, somebody who I feel that you are not dragging along with you anymore. I think that you've decided to just leave it where it is. It was too chaotic to try and pull somebody out of their Page of Cups in the reverse energy. Somebody here's not really being honest. They're not listening to their gut. And I feel like you've been trying to coax them or tell them that's not the right way. You need to come this way. And I feel like they're not listening. So I think you're just leaving them behind because it's too chaotic for you to drag them along with you. So I think your bold move or your brave move is to just keep moving forward in the Chariot here. It's a decision that you're making real time. So it's not only something that was in the mind, because here it is, you're thinking about it, thinking about making this decision that's going to be really hard. And when it comes to the Two of Pentacles, you know, you're going to have to juggle a lot of things once this person is gone or out of your life. It could be a person, maybe it's a job, maybe it's a situation. Take it as it is for you. But I feel like this Two of Pentacles tells me that you've got to keep everything in balance. And in order to stay in balance, you've got to let something go here. You've got to cut something away. Give me just 1 second here. A little bit of water. My cold is pretty much gone. It just won't stop coughing. All right. We've got the Four of Pentacles and we've got the Ten of Cups. So look, in order for you to be happy, it feels like you have to start giving. You have to stop giving. Not start. You have to stop giving. I feel like you're the one that's been keeping everything in balance while someone else has just been sitting there and giving nothing to the relationship, the friendship, whatever the ship is that you're on. It feels like the Four of Pentacles tells me that you stop. You stop giving time, effort, energy, and money. And the Ten of Cups is telling me that you do it for your happiness. You've got to be happy, and that person's not going to be happy with you, but you're tired of waiting for them to make up their mind, listen to their intuition, and become an adult. The Six of Cups is here. You're always going to keep the nostalgia with you. I think that the reason that you hung on to this for so long is because this person means a lot to you. It feels like they are somebody who keeps rejecting you over and over and over again, rejecting your ideas, rejecting your time, effort, energy, your love, your emotions. They keep rejecting it over and over. And you are very connected to this person, or you've known them for a long time. And I feel like you're just done. You're done with trying to figure out what it is that they want in life. It's not your responsibility to drag them along. So I think you are cutting someone out of your life or cutting away, but you've been hanging around this Eight Swords here, the 2 and the 6. You've been hanging around in the Eight Swords because I feel like you didn't want to let them go, but they are clearly showing you they're not ready, and your energy is revving here with the Queen of Wands. You've got to move forward into the future. No more living in the past or being stuck. You're already in transition of leaving it. Tell me what the outcome is. We've got the King of Wands. There you go. We've got the Hierophant energy. And we've got the Judgment card. For some of you, I could be talking about your marriage, your relationship, something that you're very committed to. Maybe it's a friendship, or maybe it's a place of work or a volunteer place, or maybe it's your family. But it feels like the King of Wands has more wisdom now. I've grown up. I have more wisdom. I know what I'm supposed to do. It's all within my power. It feels like the King of Wands is going to probably move forward without really much regard for what everyone else around them wants. The Hierophant being here is, I feel like we're talking about a job or a committed relationship of some sort. Could be committed friendship, could be best friends, but it could be relationship as well. The Judgment card is here, and I feel, Gemini, that you're being called to something new, to something different, and I think that you're heeding the call. It's time for you to make one of the biggest decisions of your life that is going to cause a 180 in your life here, and I think you're okay with it at this point. I think you're listening to the Judgment. I feel like this opportunity has come up for you before, though, and maybe it keeps showing up to you. This thing keeps showing up and giving you the opportunity to make something right or do something that will make you happy, and I don't think you did because of the nostalgia that was stuck to it. I feel like there was something here that you're like, but I can't let that go. We've been friends since we were children, or we've been childhood sweethearts, or whatever it is. I feel like finally you've decided that after really looking at it here, it's time for you to let it go. Tell me what's around the corner. What's around the corner is the Four of Swords. So after you do finally let it go, it's a bunch of healing that takes place here. The Page of Pentacles. I'm sorry, not the Page. The Ace of Pentacles. And the Three of Wands. You're taking your pentacle. You're taking your seeds with you. You're planting a seed somewhere else. It feels like with the Three of Wands, you're turning your back to something here. After the healing is done, it's going to help you turn your back to something so you can go into the future with the Ace of Wands in hand, and the Ace of Pentacles is here. I'm now going to invest in myself, or I'm going to invest in my thoughts, or I'm going to invest in my future. And I can't wait for someone else to catch up in order for me to do that. I've got to love myself. I've got to heal the self. The Strength card is here. I feel like you hung back or held back long enough, and it's time for you to move forward into your life. Even though they're not going to follow you out of that vibration, I think you need to let them sit with themselves and be where they are. We have Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, more Capricorn. We've got Virgo, Pisces, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Taurus energy, and Leo and Cancer energy. All right. Let's talk about you, Cancer. Tell me about Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I'm looking out the window here. I don't know if you guys know. Maybe you do see my curtains sometimes. Maybe you don't. But I'm looking out straight out the window, and the full moon is looking at me, looking back at me. Tell me about this, Cancer. Tell me about you for the next 7 days. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Cancer. We've got the Ace of Cups here. Tell me why. Fresh new feelings or happiness. The beginning of emotional happiness. Beginning of a path of some sort. We've got the Page of Swords. We've got the Moon energy. And we've got the Hierophant, which is the Faith card in this deck. I feel as though your faith has been restored, is what it feels like. Your faith in something here has been restored. I feel, Cancer, that you've been watching a situation or something from a distance, and you've been unsure about how to take action, about how to do it, how to move forward here. It feels like it's a big commitment, and that's why you haven't pushed forward yet. You're sort of eyeing it up from a distance and saying, is that really what I want? I feel like the Ace of Cups is telling me that what you want is some sort of a new emotional, happy emotional beginning. I feel like your heart space is opening. And it feels like you've been observing something from a distance. Maybe another Cancer or Pisces. We do have Taurus here as well. We know that Cancer and Taurus are a pretty great couple. But if it's not a person, maybe it's a situation, or it's just time. Excuse me, Cancer. It's just time for you to open your heart, to decide that the next cycle after this full moon, after releasing whatever it is you purged, maybe it was you purged emotional things, it's time for you to move forward and make the commitment. Whatever the commitment is, maybe we'll find out what it is here. Tell me about the Ace of Cups. We've got the Eight of Cups. I feel like you walked away from something in order to learn how to be happy on your own. I think that it was important for you to pull away or detach from something in order to be able to feel your feelings on something. It feels like that you put distance between you and someone else, or you and the situation, because looking at it too close up was confusing. You couldn't find a resolution. Things weren't as they seemed. And I feel like you were far too close to the situation in order to make a decision. I feel like this Page of Swords tells me you were looking at it from a distance after you disconnected or detached emotionally. Then you could finally make the decision about what you wanted. The Ace of Pentacles is here. And the Two of Pentacles is here. So I feel like what you wanted was to build a new foundation in happiness, emotional happiness. But I think what you've realized, because the 8 and the 1 cup is here, that's 9, what you realized is that you could do that on your own. That first you needed to be happy inwardly. You needed to build your own happiness. That means without a second person in your life, without a companion in your life, that you had to spend some time alone healing your emotions and making decisions that were going to match you, and not putting yourself on the back burner for other people, because you are the person who is compassionate, kind, and loving. And for a lot of you, not every one of you, for a lot of you, you are going to put yourself on the back burner for somebody else. You're going to say, no, my problems aren't that bad. They've got it way worse than me. You finally have stopped doing that, I think. You've detached from being very emotional about everyone else. And I feel like these 3 pentacles here, the Ace of Pentacles tells me you invest in yourself, 2 pentacles, that you're getting to a place that is very, I would say, a place that's very stable-minded in order to make some sort of a decision to build your own foundation. And I mean your own because I think you're doing it by yourself. I don't think that you're doing it with somebody else. So I feel like your commitment here is to you. It feels like this Faith card, this Hierophant energy, could be to you or your business. Maybe you're building a corporation. Maybe you're building your emotional intelligence. But this is sturdy, stable energy that is structural. And I'm going to move slow. And I'm going to do it the right way this time. We've got the Chariot energy. We've got the 4 of Wands. And we've got the Queen of Cups. It feels to me here like you're ready to go. You're ready to push forward into some sort of victory, because I feel like over the full moon you've released something. It does feel like you've released whatever was tangled in the mind. The Chariot energy tells me you disciplined your emotions, decided to stabilize yourself, get happy, and with celebratory energy have decided that you're either moving or building a home or building a new structure onto your home, or you're maybe renovating the home, beautifying it. The Queen of Cups is your energy. It feels like you feel very deeply about the place that you live or the place that you call home. It could be a person that I'm talking about as well. It feels like the Chariot energy is telling me that you're finally ready to move forward or to get some sort of victory in the 4 of Wands, which can either be stability or celebration, or I'm finally going to be happy. Stable in my emotions is what's going to make me happy. It could be that you're moving, though, because the Chariot is moving forward, and the 4 of Wands could be the home or house. And so you're going to either renovate, so it's a place where you love to live, or you're going to move. We've got the Knight of Wands, and I think that's going to happen. Like your final decision-making process will probably happen within the next 7 days, that you're going to be brave enough to solidify plans in order to be able to move forward here. Tell me what the outcome is. Got the Page of Coins. Yep, you put things in motion. You start to materialize things in the pentacle world here. You're making things a reality, so your thought processes are now a reality. And although there's going to be a lot of decision making, it feels like you're going to have a lot of confusion or overwhelm about making decisions and where you want to put your time, effort, energy, and money. The Page of Pentacles being here with the 7 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups in the reverse says, I've got to do this because I don't want to be in regret. When the time comes and I look back there and I'm reviewing my life, I don't want to say that there was any stone left unturned. I don't want to be in regret that I didn't do this when I had the chance and the good health and the stable finances or the stability or sturdiness to build a stronger structure. And that structure could be your life, could be your home, could be a relationship. Tell me what's around the corner for Cancer. We've got the 3 of Coins. Again, 3 of Coins was here. We called it out. It shows up here and says, yes, it is time to finalize whatever it is, the decision-making process, in order to build some sort of a foundation that you've been trying to make a decision about, going back and forth, trying to make a decision about building for a while. We've got the Judgment card here. This is the decision-making process. This opportunity has come to you more than once. And the thing is this, is that if it is supposed to be yours and you reject it when it shows up, it will come back. Because whatever's meant for you will never pass you by, Cancer. And it feels like finally now when it shows up, this opportunity shows up, it gives you a spark. It excites you. With the Page of Wands, it excites you, and you are deciding that it's time for me to finally pay attention to it now that it's standing in my face here with the Judgment card and the 3 of Pentacles. Now that this opportunity for a new foundation, now I can go over the plans. I can go over the blueprints. I can reassess what I want. I can take my pencil and erase some lines and build a new road or build a new part of the backyard or whatever it is. It feels like the Knight of Coins is, I'm going to go at it slowly and figure it out, and I can change things at will. I can change direction. I can change whatever I want. But now when this thing shows up again for you, whatever this thing is that keeps showing up and you keep ignoring it, or maybe you weren't ready for it, it feels like finally you're ready for it. Bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Swords. Oh. So just when I looked at the 9 of Swords just now, I'm clairaudient, if those of you who've never been here before might not know. I heard AJR say, don't turn around, kid. You know what you're doing. Something about contacting us in the 10-year reunion. I feel like you are giving yourself permission. I'm in my mind's eye. It's AJR. The song is called The Big Goodbye. And he is leaving his hometown to go start his career in California. And it's terrifying. And he thought that the end, that him getting his successes would be a lot more exciting, but really he's looking at what he's lost, what he's leaving or what he's losing. And at the end of the video, he says, don't turn around, kid, you know what you're doing. He's got his hand on the door and he's ready to leave. And I feel like that's what you're doing right now. You've got your hand on the door, you're ready to leave, Cancer. Don't turn around, kid, you know what you're doing. Trust yourself, trust your intuition, because now you're finally paying attention when the universe is bringing this. But it feels like there's a little bit of worry, a worry about the future and how is this all going to pan out. Well, spoiler alert, it's going to turn out really well. You're going to build the structure, or you're going to get the money, or you're going to get the job, or it works out in a way that is that is very solid, grounded, moving slowly. I think that you're moving this all in the right direction, in the right way. It might take some time, but I don't think you're worried about that. We've got Virgo energy. We've got Sagittarian energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We've got more Cancer energy. We've got Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and Pisces. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, and Cancer. We've got Aquarian energy. We've got more Pisces energy. Here it is. Don't turn around, kid. You know what you're doing. See you again at the 10-year reunion, and you can tell us all about it. All right. Let's talk about you, Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Leo. Tell me about Leo. Tell me about Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the next 7 days, Leo. Happy full moon to you, friend. Tell me what you released. Tell me in the comments. What did you release over this full super moon here, this harvest moon? We've got the Knight of Swords. Well, it seems to me somebody's about to release some words. It feels like somebody's about to say something. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. The Seven of Wands. You're standing up for yourself. I feel like you're finally going to say it, protect yourself, and you don't care who comes. You're like, come at me, bro. Yeah, that's the feeling I'm getting here. I feel like you're going Leo on them is what you're doing. We've got the Judgment card, which, by the way, is coming up, I think, just in just about every read I've done so far. We've got the Page of Wands in the reverse. You know what? They're not going to expect it, but I think that what you're doing here is you're like, come at me, bro, because I've got my words ready for you. I feel like people don't understand what people don't understand about Leo, because not all Leos are the same, right? It begins with your sun sign, but you know, ultimately it's the moon and the rising that decide or influence the sun sign. So I feel like I'm connecting with a type of Leo, and I think, Leo, for you, you're a person who lets it brew under the surface. I feel like what people aren't going to be expecting from you in the next 7 days is you're going to be in this come at me, bro sort of energy. It's like, I'm ready for you. I've got the words. I'm going to say it. And it's going to change everything. I'm just looking at the Judgment card, how the Judgment card is sort of looking at the Seven of Wands saying, there it is. This is what is going to change everything. What's going to change everything is that you're standing up for yourself, and you've decided that you're going to block some people in your life or from your life that don't support your path, I think. We've got the Gemini energy here of the Knight of Swords, and it feels like, you know what? When the swords are in the air, and this sword is, I got something to say. So you and you can sit down and shut up for a second, because I'm going to tell you exactly what's going down. And it feels like they're not expecting this of you, because you're one of those Leos who usually is keeping yourself together under the surface. It's like everything is gurgling under the surface. But then when you finally do the breakaway, you're like, nope, you guys can all sit down for a second. And you just take charge of the situation here. We've got the Two of Wands, we've got the Two of Swords, and we've got the Queen of Cups. I feel like you've been making a plan to say something. And whatever it is that you're about to say is going to break the hearts of many. We've got the full moon here and the Two of Swords is here with the Ace of Swords. 2 and 1 is 3. It feels like some people are going to be disappointed. And so what? So the fuck what? I'm just going to say, I feel like I'm embodying your energy right now. So the fuck what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to say it. And if they don't like it, then that's fine. I've spent time by myself before. It feels like you've been making a plan or devising a plan under the surface. And when they come at you, that's when you stand up to protect yourself and say, nope, this isn't going down like this. I feel like this Eight of Wands tells me you're ready to move forward. But, you know, I think that with the Two of Swords, you're making a decision to possibly block people or maybe get people out of your life that are no longer providing the right influence here. I've got the Queen of Cups. Look, I feel like you are doing it in the kindest way you know how. And for Leo, that could be, look, sit down and shut up for a second, because I don't want to say something that is going to hurt your feelings. I'm going to try and pull my words together, but I got something to say, and you guys need to sit down and listen to me. I feel like you're going to say it in the kindest way that you know how, the kindest, most compassionate way. And I feel like it's, it does feel like it is something you're going to blurt out. I feel like you've already prepared what you're going to say, but I feel like you're just going to sit them down and tune them in. Ooh, because that's what the King of Swords would do. Yes. So somebody here might have an Aquarius placement. Likely, if you do have it, it's in the rising. But if you are a Leo with an Aquarius rising or moon, I'm just going to say you are a person who will let it gurgle under the surface for a bit. But when it comes to the surface, you're going to just say it. Yeah, and you really don't care if their feelings are hurt, because for you, Four Swords is here. You've already healed yourself from it. You've prepared yourself. And the King of Swords is the one that comes with all the facts, all the whiteboards and the pie charts, and like there isn't anything that they can refute. I feel like whatever you're about to say is the truth. We've got the Ten of Swords, and it is going to end some relationships. It's going to end some friendships. It might even end your job. I'm just going to say, excuse me, the Five of Wands in the reverse. I love it. Look, Five of Wands in the reverse is no more regrets. I'm not holding it back. No more indecision. I don't really care. Yeah, is what you're doing here. I don't really care. You can like it or you don't. And if you don't, that's fine. And I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry if that hurts you. But I feel like what you're doing is you're standing up for yourself here, Leo, because you've been hurt over and over again. And I don't think you said anything about it. I think that you're the person who just takes it on the chin. It says, fine, I'll take it. I'll keep moving. Fine, I'll take it. I'll keep moving. I'm strong. I can do it. But even a Leo has a breaking point, and I think yours is here. But I don't think you're throwing a tantrum. I think you're doing it the kindest way possible, but I think your words are going to be sharp, and they are going to land, for sure. We've got the star energy here. This is what's going to happen when you do finally say what you're going to say. The star is here. Hang on. Oh, okay, so Mike and the Mechanics, every generation blames the one before, and all of their frustrations come beating on your door. Oh, it could be something that you're saying to a father. Hang on. I just wish I would have told him in the living years. I feel like I feel like, Leo, you've had a lot of loss in your life, and if you have, I'm sorry. I feel like you've decided, because it feels like there's an opportunity to say it loud. Say it clear. It feels like you're clearing something up. And I think that the reason that you're saying is because there is somebody in your life who has passed away and you didn't get a chance to clear something up with that person. And that taught you a lesson that you took to your heart. And so I think that you are saying it loud, saying it clear, because you want to say it while they're in the living years. So it does feel like you might be speaking to someone who is a patriarch or a matriarch, somebody who is older than you in your family, brother, sister, mother, father. It feels like it could be a best friend, but it feels like you have something to say. You need to clear something up and make something very clear about your lifestyle, who you are, what you do, who you love. I don't care what it is, but it feels like you're finally just going to say it. And I think that's making me a little bit weepy. Because, Leo, I don't think you've been doing that. And I think you're going to finally do it. And you don't really give a shit what they think at this point. The outcome is the Eight of Swords in the reverse. I love it. It's good. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. And look at that. When you release it, it's going to heal you. And you are no longer going to be holding back from your future. I feel like this is what you needed in order to be able to propel into the future. The Eight of Swords being in the reverse is I finally let it out. I stopped keeping it all inside and in my head. So the Queen of Pentacles is here to say, this gives me stability, and it helps me multiply what means the most to me, what has the most value. Temperance is here. Oh my gosh. This is really beautiful. I think you've surprised me. This is really beautiful. So Temperance is here, and it's your moment of alchemy, my friend, where everything finally came to a point at which you were ready to do it, and so you did. And everything now is going to be in balance from here on out. I feel like things now, your money's going to multiply. It's like the, what am I looking at there? What is that, Charlie? I'm clairvoyant too, so I see things in my mind's eye, but I don't necessarily always know what I'm looking at. It's Hoover Dam, maybe? That really big dam. And I just saw it bust through and all the water came through. So I feel like you're letting your emotions out is what it feels like. The Temperance is telling me that you've tempered yourself for long enough. And now you're just letting the doors open and you're finally just saying it loud, saying it clear. The Living Years is the name of the song by Mike and the Mechanics, by the way. It might have some meaning for you. Tell me what's around the corner. Leo, you've got the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm not waiting one more damn minute. No, no more waiting. No more waiting. I'm tired of working this hard on this relationship we've had forever. So I am tired of me holding back. I'm tired of me waiting for you to say something. And I don't really care. I'm just going to say it. We've known each other long enough that if you get butthurt over what I'm going to say, then that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. The Eight of Pentacles is here. I've worked long enough and hard enough at holding back on what I'm going to say right now to you. We've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse, and I don't have a damn worry in the world. I love that. Look, it's going to make you happy. You are going to be finally and internally happy after wandering around in your dark night of the soul, stuck in your emotions for so long here. Well, that was really beautiful. We've got Virgo, we've got Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We've got Virgo and Pisces, Sagittarius energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, Gemini, Cancer, and Pisces energy. Lots of emotions you've been holding down are about to come pouring out, like the Hoover Dam, like I just explained. The whole Hoover Dam just collapsed and I saw all the water come out. All right, Virgo, let's find out what's going on for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the next 7 days, Virgo. Happy full moon to you, friend. Happy harvest moon. And how was it for you? Let me know. Did you purge? Were you emotional? How'd the harvest moon work out for you? Tell me about Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Virgo. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. Feeling pretty damn confident about something here. About some sort of decision-making process. It feels like there is something here that has been confusing you, and you are now standing proud, standing strong here, and very confident that whatever you pick is going to be the right decision. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. You're ready. It feels like you are ready. You're solid. The Queen of Pentacles is looking at the Seven Cups like, it's fine. Give me all of those options. I will make the right decision 100% of the time, because the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, those are both pre-Empress energies. You're beginning to trust yourself, is what it looks like here, Virgo. You are beginning to trust yourself to make decisions that maybe you didn't make up to here. It feels like with this Fool in the reverse is, I think in the past that you were too scared that you were going to make the wrong decision, that you would look a fool if you didn't make the right decision. And when I say that, I think that what I'm saying is that you were worried that you wouldn't make the decision that jived with everyone around you. And I don't think you care anymore. I'm going to say the Fool in the reverse is like, I could end up a fool. I could fall and scrape my knees. Everything could fall in. It may not work. I may look a fool, but I don't care, because I'm confident. I feel like you've gone through a big, a bunch of growth in the last little while here. And it feels like this energy of the Nine of Pentacles is telling me that you feel sturdy and confident, that you've changed a lot, I'm going to say, for the better, and that you are now feeling more solid and grounded and more confident in yourself than you ever have. So when now proposed with the Seven of Cups, which can be quite overwhelming and emotional, I feel like you are looking at it through logic, reason, looking at it through analytics. What's going to be the best thing for me practically? What is the practical part of this? I'm going to take the emotions out of it, and I'm going to look at it with practicality. And if it doesn't work out, then I know why it doesn't work out. But look, Virgo, you've got all the details. Look, if you go slow enough, you're gonna be victorious at whatever you want, because you've gone over all the details. There's no stone that you've left unturned here. Excuse me. We've got the Hanged Man in the reverse. I love it. That is your aha moment. This is, right, okay. I remember who I am, because that's what this life is about, Virgo. It's not about changing and becoming someone that you're not. It's about the remembering of who you used to be before you got here. You're reclaiming yourself is what's happening here. You're coming to this realization that I can make these decisions because before I came here, I did trust myself. And it's a reclamation, I want to say, of it's you reclaiming who you were. And I feel like you're finally stepping into who you really are. We've got the Judgment card, Virgo and Pisces energy. And we've got the Chariot. Yep. And now you're ready to move forward. It does feel like you've come to some sort of an epiphany or realization or an aha moment that you're remembering who you were and that you are this person who is confident. And if you sit down long enough, you know what this reminds me of? The Queen of Pentacles. I am of Ukrainian descent, and it reminds me of, the Ukrainian people, the Russian people, the Polish people, the Slavics, right? Usually before they leave the house, they will all sit. They all sit down in the living room, or they all sit down around the kitchen table, and they just sit for a minute, like a full minute, just to settle themselves, settle their energy before they leave the house, before they go traveling. That's what this reminds me of. So it's like here, you've learnt a bunch of things. Here you're sitting before you make the decision to go. That's what it feels like here. And I feel like this Fool in the reverse tells me that you are just going to jump in. But all of these Pentacles here tell me that you've reassessed this thing to the nth degree. You know what you're up against, but now it's time for you to take a risk. And so I think that you are going to take some type of a risk here. Tell me about this. We've got the Queen of Cups. We've got the King of Cups. All right. And we've got the Eight of Wands. So you're going for it, right? It does feel like you have, that you are looking straight at someone who is mirroring your energy. If you are the masculine, you are somebody who is feeling quite, I would say quite emotional underneath the surface, but you are not showing anybody on the surface how tumultuous you feel emotionally at this time. If you are the feminine, I feel like you are the person who has been waiting on someone to show you that they have feelings, that they care, that they really do care about you. I think that you're pouring out this cup because you're about ready to give up on this person. It does feel like with the Eight of Wands, that somebody here, it's going to come crashing through. I don't think you're going to expect it. I think it's going to be when you least expect it. If you're the masculine, I feel like you're already deciding to move forward and move forward towards this Queen of Cups. If you're the Queen of Cups, I feel like you're going to be shocked when the King comes walking in. I feel like the King walks in the room, flicks all the lights on and says, I'm here. Let's do this. It feels like finally somebody is bubbling out the top. Charlie's so silly. My guy. I just saw somebody pull a cap, and it was one of the old-timey caps. Old-timey. Where you actually needed the thing to pull the cap off the top, the metal cap, and then it was a Coke bottle, an old-time Coke bottle, and everything came pouring out the top. So I feel like somebody here is having a breakthrough. If you are the masculine, you're having a breakthrough that it's time to go and go get the Queen. If you're the Queen, I feel like you should be expecting the King. Tell me what's in the outcome, please. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. So this is not rando, right? Because Virgo doesn't do anything randomly. Virgo's going to think out everything. And we've got the Six of Cups, and we've got the Queen of Wands. So somebody's making a big, bold move toward the person who they think is a soulmate. We've got the King and the Queen of Cups here. So somebody here might have a water placement. Maybe you're water rising. Maybe the person that you're connected to is that. But it feels like you have water placements or a connection that is empathic or psychic. Emotional connection here. So it feels like the outcome here is I've put a lot of hard work into this, and now I've realized after the reassessments, all of them, is that this person really is a soulmate connection for me. I'm really very connected to them. So I think someone here is about to make a bold move. Eight of Wands, Queen of Wands, about to make a bold move here. Tell me what's around the corner for Virgo. Yep, that's it. Ooh, boy. All right, I'm just going to throw it out there for those of you who this applies to, and it won't apply for all of you, that there is somebody here who is going to either ask you to move in, going to want to build a firmer foundation or a firmer structure with you, which means we go from the dating randomly to just being each other's person. It feels like somebody has been watching you from a distance. If you are the feminine, they've been watching you. I think the King of Cups has been watching you and observing you. And I feel like this person has made their final decision that they're going to change everything by asking you to be their main person. For some of you, you're going to get the engagement, or for some of you, you're going to get I want you to move in with me. It feels like somebody here is willing to build a stronger structure. But with the Wheel of Fortune here, someone's realizing that you're their destiny, or they are your destiny. So it feels like there's a lot of change and expansion that's going on here because somebody has been viewing you from a distance. They've been moving really slow because they could also have a Taurus placement. But this person, especially if it's Taurus moon, like, hold my beer, like that's so slow. But if it's a Taurus moon, it's super slow. But somebody here has been watching from a distance, and they're about to change everything by saying something. Somebody here has decided that they're going to detach emotionally and go with head over heart, because this seems like the most logical next move. We've got the Three of Swords. Why is that? Three of Swords, the Two of Pentacles. Somebody here has been feeling terrible about not making the decision before now. They had the decision made in their head, but they hadn't pulled it into the 3D yet. And I feel like this is in the next 7 days. If you're the masculine, I think you're the one who is the pursuer. If you're the feminine, someone is about to pursue you. We have Leo, Aquarius. We've got Sagittarius, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries, Virgo, and Pisces energy. All right. Okay. Libra, here we are, sweethearts. Happy birthday, friends. Tell me about Libra. Let me know when your birthday is. I'd love to say happy birthday. Some of you have done that for me already. Tell me about Libra on this harvest moon. Happy full moon, friends. Tell me about Libra. Come a little closer. Yeah, you're going to need to listen to that song, Harvest Moon. I'm trying to hear the lyrics, but I can't because I'm in a channel right now. I'm so in love with you on this harvest moon. Somebody is going to, either you're going to tell somebody about your feelings, Libra, or somebody's going to tell you about their feelings. I just heard Neil Young. I'm so in love with you on this harvest moon. Something's about to pick up speed here. Tell me more about the Eight of Wands. Oh, I just saw two people waltzing in a barn. Sweet. We've got the Four of Swords. Sorry. I just saw somebody crouching down. You know how runners, when they're ready to run laps in the Olympics, they crouch down and they're sort of on one knee and then they put their butt in the air. That's what I just saw somebody do when I put the Four of Swords down. It's like somebody is ready to run the race here. Somebody is on their mark. That's what it is. On your mark. We've got the Queen of Cups. Oh, somebody's got a lot of feelings, I feel here. Queen of Cups. A lot of deep feelings that have been hidden. You've been trying to keep your feelings stable. Or somebody has about you. Yep, there we go. The Page of Wands is here. It feels like I don't know if somebody is making the move toward you, Libra, or you're deciding to make the move. You can decide that. I can't really seem to discern that right now. But it feels like the Page of Wands tells me somebody is going to show someone a little bit of fire. So you might have a fire placement, but you also might have water and air, and maybe earth and air, something that makes you move a little slower. Because it's like that song is about coaxing someone to come a little bit closer. I'm so in love with you on this harvest moon. It feels like it's new, brand new. I'm going to say with the Page of Wands, it feels like this spark is new. And the Page of Wands is a little bit excitement, a little bit of passion, or a little bit of butterflies in the belly. The Queen of Cups tells me you're trying to keep your emotions centered, or you're trying to be very logical about your emotions with the Four of Swords here. It feels like you have been healing. I want to say healing your emotions, or maybe up to here you weren't ready to share your emotions because you weren't healed. But it feels like somebody here has been doing a lot of healing and has decided that they're ready to show their emotions out loud. I think I'm supposed to say out loud, so you might speak it. Tell me why the Eight of Wands is here. This makes me feel like somebody's going to show you, Libra, just a little bit about how they feel. It might be just, you know, a touch on the shoulder, or maybe they'll buy you a drink. Like it's something very small, or maybe this is something you're going to do. Tell me about the Eight of Wands. Something's about to speed up here, by the way. All right, the Lovers is here, the Six of Swords is here, and the Seven of Swords is here. So I feel like somebody here has been holding their feelings under the surface at bay, but the Judgment card is here with Temperance, oh gosh, and Death, and the Emperor. Okay, look, we've got all of these major arcana at the bottom of the deck. And so it makes me feel like a decision has been made or is about to be made to turn around, to face what it is that you have been juggling back and forth. There's something that you've been juggling. Libra, I'm just going to read this from your point of view. Flip it if you need to. But it feels like this Temperance energy tells me that you've landed on a decision about what you're going to do next. And I feel like it's going to change everything. I feel like you're taking charge, the Emperor, you're taking charge of a situation that I feel is going to change everything. Something, yeah, that you've been going back and forth on. There's growth here that you think that if we do plant the seeds, they will grow and we will be happy. Look at this. Look, something big is about to go down here. The Tower's here. After moving super slow, something is about to shift. Moving super slow towards some sort of a goal. Something here is about to shift. Let's find out what we're talking about here. We've got the Lovers, the Six of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. It tells me here that you've been holding this all under the surface. That you have not really wanted to show your feelings out front. The Six of Swords tells me that it felt way too chaotic for you to say it. For you to actually say it, so you kept it under the surface. But I feel like this is already in motion. I'm going to say this is already transition. You're transitioning out of the Seven of Swords. I feel like it is about the Lovers. I feel like you've had your eye on someone for a while, and I think that they're looking right back at you. It feels like there is somebody here that the thought of going fast or moving this forward was too much of a chaotic thought for you. So I feel like over the next 7 days that you are going to go to a calmer place. And I feel like you're probably going to move things quicker going forward here. The Tower came back. Tell me more about this. We've got the King of Swords in the reverse. And we've got the Hanged Man. Look, I feel like the King of Swords in the reverse is giving me this energy of, I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to keep it under the surface anymore. I feel like you don't have the words, or you're scared you'll use the wrong words, or whatever you're going to say is going to come out wrong. I feel like the Eight of Wands in the Tower is telling me something is going to shift really quickly, really fast, and it's going to cause you to deal with it on the fly. Because look, the King of Swords in the upright is somebody who keeps it together, somebody who has the words because they're thinking it out. They're not going to let you know what they feel. I feel like you have decided, I've got to let it out. I'm going to say it. I'm going to wait until I feel the shift, until the moment is here where I'm supposed to say it, and I will. I think that you've been in a pause, thinking about what you're going to say. The Hanged Man is here. You've been trying to get a perspective on what it's going to look like when you finally do say something. I think whatever you're about to say, Libra, or whatever you're about to do, is momentum. It pushes everything forward. So if we're talking about this being a person for you, I feel like whatever you say, this person is like all over that. They're like right in, I'm going to say. But the Hanged Man tells me you've been in a pause for a while with your words, with your thoughts. But I think now is the time in the next 7 days where everything shifts. Aw, look at that. How beautiful is that? It's going to bring everything to balance. I feel like you've been going through a lot of emotion. We've got this waterfall here, and with the Eight of Wands tells me the water's been falling fast. So I think that your emotions have been everywhere. I think that when you finally say it, no matter what words you use, I feel like it brings you into this place of balance. You're about to do the right thing for you, the right thing for them. Tell me what the outcome is here. Something's about to come into harmony, harmonious balance. And you're all about the balance, my friend. That's you, Libra, right there. We've got, the outcome is the Eight of Cups. The Temperance is here. And the King of Wands. I'm just going to say it. I don't really care how they feel about me saying it. I'm just going to say it. It feels like it's something really important, something you've been hiding deep. It's deep emotions you're dealing with here. The Eight of Cups tells me I'm just going to detach from my emotions, which doesn't mean you're going to say it without emotion. I feel what you're going to do is you're going to detach from the outcome, is what it feels like, because with Temperance here, you're trusting in the universe. The Temperance energy being here is balance. Justice is balance. And I feel like Temperance is this moment of alchemy. And in the moment of alchemy, you're going to pursue whatever it is that you've wanted to pursue. Maybe it's a job. Maybe you're going for an open mic night. Maybe you're finally going to open your Etsy store and start selling your photography or your painting. It feels like you're going for it. You've been waiting for growth, and I think the growth is here because the King of Wands is here. We go from the Page to the King. It feels like it starts out as a spark and it ends up as you stepping forward and saying, I want that. I want that, lovers. I'm going to make the decision to go get it. What's around the corner is the Star. You're going to be happy you did, because this is wish fulfillment and it is healing. And I feel like you're realizing that I've made the right decision by saying something. Nine of Cups here. Because your inner happiness, excuse me, your inner happiness ends up being outer happiness. It's really lovely. This is really beautiful. The rainbow is here. The sky is blue. It feels like we become a family. So it does feel like it could be something romantic. But look, maybe you haven't been speaking to your family, and maybe it's time for you to do that. And this is the nervousness that's leading up to it. And I'm finally just going to shift and say it after thinking about the perfect words to say. Look, if this is romantic, your words are going to come out perfect anyway. You're going to sound perfect. I feel like somebody, if this is a family thing for you, has been waiting for you to show up to the family dinner, waiting for you to call them, waiting for you to reach out. I feel like something's being healed, but I also feel like it's wish fulfillment. And the Nine of Cups tells me it's going to make you so internally happy. And we have the Hermit, because I think you've already done all the thinking. You've thought about all the things. I feel like you've come out of this dark night of the soul and you realize that I am in balance. I'm in balance enough for me to say something. I feel like you've thought it out all the ways. Virgo is here, and there's just no more resolution that you can get from it. Now it's time for action. Page of Wands, King of Wands. No more thinking. It's about saying. You've just got to say it. And I don't think whoever you're about to say it to is expecting it, but for some of you, I suspect that it is, I have feelings for you. This is more than a friendship, right? It's something like that. It's something you've been holding on to, because this person might be someone who is in your friendship group. And so maybe that makes you a little bit nervous about saying something, because what if it doesn't work? And then it's going to be awkward and weird. But I feel like you've put a lot of hard work into what you're going to say. Whatever you're going to say, you will have the perfect words. Oh, there's another song there. Sorry, no, I can't hear it. We've got the Hermit. We've got Virgo energy. We've got Pisces, Libra, more Pisces energy. We've got Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. We've got the Tower, which is Scorpio. We've got the Seven Swords, Six of Swords, so more Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, more Gemini. We've got Sagittarian energy. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Gemini on the bottom of the deck. You've got a big week coming up for you here. That's what it feels like. Something's about to shift for you, my friend. Excuse me. All right. Let's look at it, Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Happy harvest moon to you, friend. Happy full moon. How has this full moon been for you? It is in Aries. Tell me about you, Scorpio. Maybe you have an Aries placement. Tell me about Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Tell me about Scorpio. Okay. Well, the Fool is kind of out on its side, and whenever something comes out on its side for me, it's a challenge. So I think for you, Scorpio, there's a challenge to do something new or to take a leap of faith into something, but it feels very exciting and transformational. Tell me about Scorpio. We've got the King of Swords. You're about to say something. You're bringing backup. That's what Charlie just said. But you're bringing backup. And then I saw police officers. I don't think it's anything. Well, it could be something legal. I won't say that it's not, because the King of Swords is somebody who is a lawyer, a judge, a magistrate, maybe a police officer, a doctor, maybe a psychologist, psychiatrist, somebody who is in that type of profession. So I feel like you're going to say something and you're bringing backup. But what I meant to say was you're bringing backup documentation. Like you have everything in its place, I feel. And you're ready to take the leap, because this really isn't a foolish leap for you. You've got all the pie charts, all the whiteboard stuff. I feel like you've got all the documents signed. You know exactly what's about to go down here. We've got the Five of Pentacles. And we've got the Lovers. Okay. You know what it feels like, Scorpio? It's like you've got this this energy about you, whatever the situation is, that you think that because you're ready to take the leap of faith, finally, because you move really slow and strategically, it feels as though you've been sort of on the outside looking in and trying to make some sort of worrisome decision. I feel like you're thinking, I need to make this decision right now, because if I don't choose it, this is my last chance. But I feel like you're coming with all the documentation because you fully expect somebody to tell you no. And what you won't take no for an answer when the King of Swords is in the room, because the King of Swords has all of the facts, all of the points of interest, all of the legal documents in place. It feels like you've been left on the outside looking in. It could be legal, it doesn't have to be, but you're ready to take some sort of a leap of faith because you have all the backup. You have all the documentation. You're choosing something here. And I feel like what you're choosing is you're choosing to move yourself out of the Five of Pentacles and into the Lover's energy, which tells me you're choosing a person or choosing a situation or choosing to take a leap of faith because you've got all the backup. So if somebody says no, you're going to say, but here's all the logical reasons why it should be yes. You're ready to be like a lawyer and argue it. Tell me about the Fool, please. We've got the Star. We've got the Justice card. It could be legal for some of you. And then we've got the Seven of Cups. But it could be love for some of you because the Seven of Cups has somebody holding two cups, right? Making a decision. Should I deepen this connection or not? Should I deepen my commitment to something? Because the Five of Cups is above the head. This could end up terrible. I could end up in a lot of regret. I think that you're about to make something right, or that you're about to bring harmony into something, and you think that someone else is not going to agree. I feel like they will because the Star is here. It does feel like you've done a lot of healing, gotten a lot of balance. It feels like the Seven of Cups is your thought process with the King of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. It feels like you think that they're going to say no. So I think that you're going in not only with the invitation, but you're going in with all the backup documents too. All the reasons why the answer should be yes. We've got the Ten of Wands, we've got the Devil energy, and we've got the King of Pentacles. Something has been weighing heavy on you. You've been attached to someone financially. Oh, okay. So look, this could definitely be that you're ready to cut somebody out. Look, let me just change my tune for a second, because these 3 cards have given me a different perspective. And so I'm going to go with the different perspective. It feels like there's been an attachment to someone financially that has been weighing really heavy on you. And in order for you to move forward, you've got to cut somebody out. And it feels like it is probably someone that you've been living with, dating, or been married to. It feels like you could already be separated from this person, but it also feels like, yeah, maybe separation is what's going on, because the 7 of Cups here and the Justice card. It could be separation that's going on here already, but you're still financially attached to someone here. And I feel like you are finally bringing it to the surface. I don't want to be financially attached to you anymore. Something's becoming clear about the finances, about the material wealth. And it feels like the devil here is keeping you chained to someone financially. And it's weighing heavy on you. I feel like you're ready to wield this sword. I'm just going to pull a couple cards on the King of Swords here. Tell me what's going on. We've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the 8 of Wands. And we have the 3 of Wands. There is a future waiting for you here that is going to make you happy. And I think that in order for you to have this, you have to cut something away. You have to cut the chains that bind you to someone else. And so you could already be out of a relationship, already be in the separation process. But I think the light has finally come on, and there's been a breakthrough that I have to fight legally to just depart from this, because I no longer want to pay the mortgage on the house. I no longer want to put money in your bank account. Feels like that. Somebody here is... The devil is here. It could be somebody who no longer wants to pay child support, I'm just going to say. And I'm not saying it's you. It could be someone who doesn't want to pay it to you. Could be that. Tell me what the outcome is. We've got the 3 of Cups. We've got the 9 of Cups. And we've got the 5 of Cups. So it's a bittersweet moment here. I feel like you are detaching from something in order to get some sort of healing. Everything has to come into balance, but you have to make a really big, bold move in order for any of this to go down or to work out properly. It feels like this relationship has become really heavy. The financial obligations have become really heavy. It feels like there is a separation probably going on, and it is a legal separation. It does feel like marriage to me. It feels like you want to move into the future, and you want this to happen quickly. You might be wanting to just get on track with another relationship here. The 3 of Cups is here with the 9 of Cups, and it tells me that things are going to work out the way you want them to. It's going to make you emotionally happy, but it's going to leave someone else devastated. So it is sort of a bittersweet moment here, is what it feels like. We've got the Emperor, we've got the 9 of Swords, and we've got the Knight of Swords. So you're going to have to say something that's going to hurt somebody. You're going to have to do something. But look, the Emperor is the one that is tasked with making the hard decisions. You know, and back in the day, the emperor ruled all of the kingdoms. And if somebody got sick in one of the kingdoms, you had to oust the family, because they were going to, you know, it might have been the plague. Like, a bunch of people would die if you don't oust the sick family. Like, that's a really hard decision to make. I feel like you're about to make a hard decision, but you're just going to go with head over heart. You're going to release it. It feels like here, and the Strength card is here. You've been holding back for a while doing this, because I think it's been a revolving door in this relationship for a while. It feels like I've been leaving and then coming back, and then leaving and coming back. Or maybe this is your thought process, because you've been attached to it emotionally, that you've been like, I should or I shouldn't, I should or I shouldn't. I think the final break is coming, is what it feels like here. We've got the Sun, which is Leo. Got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, more Capricorn and Leo. We've got Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. We've got Aries energy here. More Libra, more Aquarius. We've got Scorpio energy, Aries. We've got Cancer energy here. And more Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. All right. Tell me about Sagittarius, the fire family. How are you, friends? I hope you're well. How is this harvest moon for you, this full moon in Aries? Tell me how it's been affecting you. Do you have an Aries placement? And even if you don't, it's affecting all of us in its own way. Full moons do. Especially when they're supermoons or closer to the Earth, or they appear closer to the Earth. Tell me about Sagittarius. I'm a fire family. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. I just saw the Empress and popped it back in the deck here because it didn't fall. We've got the Sun energy. There's a breakthrough coming in the next 7 days. What is this? We've got the Page of Wands. We've got the Nine of Cups. There's something here that is going to make you very happy. It feels like there is going to be something quite exciting that is coming as a breakthrough and is going to put you in this place of stable, celebratory energy. It's going to stabilize your emotions. It's going to stabilize your fire and passion. The Page of Wands tells me that there's a spark, and a spark leads to the breakthrough. Tell me what the Sun is here. Why is the Sun here for Sagittarius? We've got the Page of Cups. We've got the Page of Swords in the reverse and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. I'm going to tell you, this is something that is going to bring you to a place of, whew, I no longer have to worry about that. I kind of know where I stand at this point. The Page of Swords being in the reverse is no more stalking. Now we're going to be talking. Page of Swords in the reverse is somebody who is finally being honest. I'm going to say something. The Page of Cups tells me that there is something new here. New love, new connection, new... I'm finally listening to my intuition. Someone here is listening to their intuition, and I think I'm supposed to be reading it from the outside in. It feels like there is someone who's having a breakthrough. And Sagittarius, it could be you. Excuse me. Somebody is about to have a breakthrough, and it's going to take all the worry off of your plate. With the Page of Swords in the reverse, someone has stopped observing from a distance and is now going to show you a little bit of affection. So this isn't a grand display of affection, understand? This is somebody who is going to show you a little something. They'll do something kind or sweet to show that they have some sort of affection for you. Tell me more. Oh, there's the grand display of affection. Well, that escalated quickly, didn't it? We've got the King of Cups, we've got the Seven of Wands, and we've got the Seven of Pentacles. There's somebody here who's been very defensive with their emotional energy. It feels like they've been holding back, or they've been waiting for the right moment to tell you something. We do have the Page of Wands, which carries a wand. We do have this person with a wand in their hand. It does feel like there is somebody here who wants to tell you how they feel. It feels like with the Seven of Wands, somebody's about to stand up for themselves and be counted. It goes from you and them having this little tiny emotional spark. It goes to a place where it's full-blown emotions. Somebody here has been keeping their feelings under the surface. And you know what I've never noticed about this card before is look at all that in the arm here. Can you see it? It looks like it's somebody has got this excitement coursing in their veins. The Seven of Wands is telling me that somebody has been kind of defensive about the way they feel, or has been holding back for sure about the way they feel. And I think that somebody here is about to show you. We've got the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. They're a little bit shy, I'm going to say. This person is a little bit shy, and that's why they haven't said anything. But I feel like you're going to feel a spark from them in the next 7 days. And if they're not shy, they are someone who's been holding back. The wheel is turning. Look at this. Sagittarius. The wheel is turning. Something is changing. And no more waiting. Something is about to expand. It is destiny. It's time for the Wheel of Fortune to take hold. The wheel is card number 10, and we're in October. So it feels like it is something that is going to happen in the next 7 days. Some of you, it's going to happen in the month of October. But it does feel like something is about to get bigger or expand. Huh. I never noticed that before. You know, I read these cards all the time, and I'm always noticing new things. And there's a ball of yarn in her hand, you can see. And you know yourself, if you're a knitter or a crocheter or someone who deals in yarn, you know that as you wind it, it gets bigger and bigger. So the expansion is here, a little bit tangled, but the expansion is here. Something is about to get untangled, I think. Tell me what the outcome is for Sagittarius. A breakthrough is coming. Somebody is about to reveal how they feel, reveal themselves. They're going to stop stalking you on the internet and start talking to you. And I feel like it's going to confirm your intuition, because the Nine of Swords is in the reverse. It's like, whew, I thought that's what was going on. Tell me what the outcome is for Sag, please. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. We've got the Justice card. And we've got the Nine of Pentacles. So it tells me that someone has been working really hard on what to say. They want to say something that is going to bring harmony. They want to say it in a harmonious way. Karma is being cleared. Something's being restored. Someone wants to do the right thing. They're trying to find the confidence and the courage to say something to you. And whoever you are beautiful, you are confident, you are effortless, I'm going to say. This person doesn't think you need them, because you are in your Nine of Pentacles energy, but this person is trying to match your energy. They're trying to get into their Nine of Pentacles energy. They're going to say something because they want to bring harmony between you and them. They've been working really hard under the surface about what they're going to say. They've been sort of in their head in a little bit of dreamy energy about what they're going to say. Nine of Cups and the Page of Cups are here. That's kind of dreamy energy, right? What are they going to say that is going to make you understand that they are happiest when they're with you, because you make them feel solid. You make them feel grounded. You make them feel sturdy. Something here is about to change. Tell me what's about to change. We've got the Five of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. Somebody who was quiet, somebody who wasn't saying anything, maybe was suffering in silence a little, is about to give you a little bit of their energy. We have three pages here. Messenger. You are definitely going to see, feel, hear, or get some sort of a message from this person. And it is going to confirm your suspicions, which is this person probably has feelings for you. What's around the corner? We've got, the Lovers. We've got the Six of Wands. Wow. Oh, and the Empress. Okay. Look, this person sees your worth. They know who you are. They know that you don't need them. But I feel like this person is about to give you a lot of attention. The Six of Wands and the Lovers is here. They're about to give you a lot of attention because they choose you. And they're looking at victory with the Empress. It feels like this person has been going over and over and over what they're going to say to let you know in words that they have feelings here. We have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. It feels like this isn't love. I'm not going to say this is full-blown love, but this is a soulmate. This is going to feel good to you. This person isn't going to say, I love you. So for those of you who are already in a relationship, I don't think that's what it is. They're not going to say, I love you. I feel like the Ace of Cups tells me that we're not really completely sure as to what we're going to do from here. But somebody here has got to get the words out. And I think that that's a good place to start. Got the Chariot. Things start to pick up here. Things start to move forward because somebody has finally disciplined themselves and their emotions. And they're finally going to say it. Got Capricorn energy. We've got Scorpio energy. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius. More Sagittarius, Libra, and Taurus. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy here. We've got Gemini. We've got Libra. We've got Leo energy and Cancer energy here as well. All right, all right. Let's get to you, Capricorn. Tell me about Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, please. Tell me about Capricorn. Capricorn, happy full moon to you. Happy harvest moon. How is this moon working out for you? Do you have an Aries placement? I do know a Capricorn with an Aries placement. She's one of my favorite people. Do you have one? And if you do, how is this harvest moon affecting you? I mean, the moons affect everybody. It's not just Aries, but this happens to be an Aries one. So let's find out what's going on for you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got the Queen of Cups. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. We've got the Nine of Wands. And we've got the Three of Wands. Capricorn, I feel like somebody wants to give you an offer, but it also feels like this person feels as though they aren't enough or they don't have enough. That maybe they might be in a place right now where they're just sort of keeping their head above water. The Nine of Wands and the Queen of Cups tells me that. It feels like they feel like they're sinking, maybe in debt, maybe in emotions. Because the Nine of Wands is here with the Ace of Pentacles. So somebody here wants to offer you whatever they have that I think is, I'm going to say that they might not have a lot financially, but it feels like it's a lucrative offer. It feels like it is something that is solid. Like this person feels like a solid person. They could be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. The Three of Wands is here, tells me that they're really looking into the future and they're wanting to, they want to plan into the future with you. Tell me why the Queen of Cups is here. There's very deep feelings here. Somebody is in love with you. Like it does feel like if you've been dating this person for a while, that they are, they're offering you not only the cup, because the Queen of Wands is holding one. I'm sorry, the Queen of Cups is holding one, but also the Ace of Pentacles is here. So I think that this person has more love than money, but I feel like this person is somebody who's super, super genuine, is what it feels like here. We've got the Ten of Cups, it's Pisces energy. King of Pentacles is Taurus. We've got the Ace of Swords. We've got Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. It feels like somebody here wants to provide for you, but this person doesn't have a lot of monetary gain. This is somebody who is incredibly in love with you. They want to bring your families together. So I don't know if you have kids and they have kids, but it feels like this person wants to get everybody under one roof. The Ace of Swords is here, and this is great clarity. Somebody here who could have an Earth placement, they don't have to, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, is somebody who has gained clarity or had some sort of an epiphany about wanting to support you, whether that's supporting you emotionally, because the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Cups, or supporting you financially. Somebody, you know, the King of Cups is the one that wants to settle down. Oh, sorry, the King of Pentacles is the one that wants to settle down. So I feel like somebody wants to really make it official, wants to move in, wants to, and I'm going to say worry about that just a little bit, because I don't think that this person has, it's not that they don't have a lot of money, because I'm not all about the person has to be a millionaire before you can get into a relationship. That's not what relationships are about. However, I feel like this person might have a lot of debt. That's what it feels like. And so you know that if you live with someone or marry someone who has a lot of debt, that debt becomes yours. So if you can't afford it, you may have to make different decisions. But the King of Pentacles is here. This person's intention is for them to settle down with you, to support you emotionally, support you financially. That's their intention. They're looking into the future. And the future looks super bright, super happy. Excuse me. They see that this will make the kids really happy if we do this. It feels like things are all in bloom. There's going to be some sort of a breakthrough. So if you are a person who's dating someone and you've been dating for a long time, I feel like this person is going to propose you move in together, or maybe that you get married. The Six of Cups is here. Yeah, I think it's marriage, actually. So for those of you who are already in a deep relationship where this might be feasible, I feel like someone feels so very connected to you deeply in this Six of Cups energy. They feel like your past life connection. And the sun is like making this, like every single day, this person is probably online researching, what does it mean to have a past soul life connection? Like every day, this becomes more and more apparent to them that, that you two are supposed to be together. So it feels like there is a big breakthrough, that this person realizes that you are their soul connection. And I think that they just want to make it official. official. They want to do the commitment thing. So whatever the commitment is, I don't know if it's marriage, but whatever the commitment is, it might be moving in together if you're not interested in marriage. We've got the Two of Swords. The decision is coming, and I think it comes in the next 7 days. So, or they're going to ask you for a decision in the next 7 days. Tell me about Capricorn, please. What is the outcome? We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the 10 of Pentacles, and we've got the 8 of Wands. Yep, someone is about to make a big, bold move and ask you for forever. They think that you are the person that they're supposed to be with forever, and they are taking a shot. Whether you say yes or no is not their concern. This person is just going to be brave, and they're going to take a shot here with the 8 of Wands. They're going to ask you, do you want to move in? Do you want to get married? We should probably get married. Someone's making a bold move. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands doesn't care if they fall down. Queen of Wands doesn't care if people are pointing and laughing. This person's taking their shot regardless because they're brave and they're resilient. We've got the Page of Cups is going to surprise you. I feel like the Page of Cups is going to surprise you. I think I'm blowing it for someone here right now. I'm sorry if I'm blowing the surprise. But the Page of Cups here, yeah, it's telling me that this is going to be a big surprise, but I feel like it's going to make sense to you and bring everything into balance. I feel like even though this person might be someone who has a lot of debt, I feel like they're going to be able to offer something to your household that is going to stop you from juggling. So understand that I don't think you're a millionaire. I don't think they're a millionaire. I think somebody here has a lot of debt. It could be you, it could be them. But it feels like I don't think you care about that because the 8 of Cups is here. I don't think you care about it because now with this person in your household, it's going to stop you from juggling everything all of the time. So there is a big decision that needs to be made here, but it's going to turn your life in a 180. It feels like you've been going down one specific path for a very long time. And I think that you've had more than one opportunity to get into a relationship, but it hasn't been right or didn't feel right. And so you walked away with the 8 of Cups. But I feel like this is it's coming back to you again. It's coming back to you now. And is that a song? Gosh, I'm just getting a lot of song references today. It's coming back to me now. And isn't that Meatloaf? The Judgment card. Yeah, it feels like you're going to be making a decision here. The Ace of Wands tell me you're probably going to say yes to the World card is here. And it tells me that with the World card that first there needs to be some doors that are closed. There needs to be some things that are worked out because the King of Swords is working out all the details and all the details that are heavy for us to carry around. So I feel like we're going to work out the debt. We're going to work out whatever this is financially. We're going to figure it out. And it feels like once the door is closed, then you two can carry on your merry way. We've got Virgo and Pisces. We've got Taurus. We've got Leo, Cancer. We've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo energy, and Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. All right, all right. Tell me about Aquarius. Happy harvest moon to you, Aquarius. This is going to be the energy that comes up after the full moon, after the purge, after you releasing or letting go of whatever you needed to release or let go of. Happy harvest moon. Let me know how it's affecting you. Have you let go of anything? And don't forget, like, it's not just whatever happens on the full moon. This is energy that lingers. So this could happen a week from now. This could happen in the next 7 days. Tell me about the next 7 days for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got the 5 of Swords. Why is that? 5 of Swords for Aquarius. The 3 of Swords. There's something here, a decision you're about to make at any cost that I feel is going to break your heart or disappoint you. Or you might be making a decision at any cost because of the 3 of Swords. Let's look at more cards. Tell me more about Aquarius. We've got the Strength card and we've got the King of Swords. You've been holding back making a really big decision, and it worries you. I feel like you're going to be making some sort of really big decision in the next 7 days, Aquarius. It's worrisome, but I feel like you can't get it off your mind. It's like it's a little bit obsessive. The Strength card is here. You've been holding back from wielding the sword, from telling the truth, from doing the thing that you want to do for yourself. Yeah, you're facing something head on here. Whew, lots of swords, man. It feels like you're doing this in order to get stability of the mind. You're trying to find the courage to do it. And I feel like you are going to do it. Like, I feel like the decision's already made, quite honestly. But I think this is a delayed reaction of, right now it's worry. But I think you're going to exact some sort of plan over the next 7 days that you've been holding back on. And you're going to do it at any cost. You know that you have to do it. Even though you're going to have these fundamental differences with the people around you, there's going to be people who are going to ask you not to do it, or ask you, ask you not to do it. Somebody's going to ask you to stay. Tell me what this is, the Five of Swords. Okay. Look, I'm getting a lot of music. Hang on a second. Hands to heaven. So raise your hands to heaven and pray that we'll be back together someday. Morning has come, another day. Morning has come, another day. I must pack my bags and say goodbye. Okay, so it feels like you're leaving somewhere. Somebody doesn't want you to go. Hands to Heaven, I don't know who sings that, but that's the name of the song. It's an 80s song. And so it's about somebody who has to leave. They have to go. So I think you're leaving somewhere is what it feels like here. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you are doing the Aquarius thing. You're standing strong. You're standing stable, secure. Look, I've just got to do it. It's what I've got to do for me. I think that you're doing it by yourself. You're making this decision unilaterally and in confidence. You're very confident that what you're doing is the right thing. We've got the Three of Pentacles, and we've got the Empress. There is somebody here who I feel does not want you to leave. It feels like this person is part of a group of people, part of a community, part of a friend group or a network or maybe a job. But it feels like there is an Empress here that does not want you to go, but you are pulling the Nine of Pentacles here, saying, I do what I want because I do it by myself. I'm a Lone Ranger. King of Swords. And I don't think that you're apologetic. I think that you're in Pentacles and Swords. I feel like somebody here is not wanting you to go. It's not like they can't take care of themselves, because I think that they can. When the Empress makes a decision to have someone in their life, it's because they've made the decision because they want it, not because they need it. So I don't think that this person needs you. I think that they want you to stay, but I don't think you are. Morning has come, another day. I must pack my bags and say goodbye. So I feel like it's in the next 7 days, it's like the last morning you spend with this person. And look, it could be a family member. Maybe you're staying at their house. We've got the Ten of Swords in the reverse. We've got the Emperor. And we've got the Ten of Cups. So this is the thing. I feel like you have met someone who is self-sufficient. You are also. I feel like you are waiting till probably the last minute. Ten of Swords is in the reverse to tell them that you're going, because you know it's going to be incredibly painful for both of you. The Ten of Swords is in the reverse between the Emperor and the Empress, and it does feel like something is about to come to a painful end. I don't think it really has anything to do with betrayal, but it does feel like something is about to be released, or you're releasing something. You're releasing somebody that I feel that you've been in a relationship with. Possibly a close relationship. Maybe it's a marriage. Two people could be married. But it does feel like it's time for you to go. Yeah. And I feel like you're just cutting this person away. You're taking your shot at happiness, it feels like here. I don't think that you were happy. It feels like it was more of a swords situation where you were with the Empress. So it feels like there wasn't much emotion. There wasn't much emotion. And I mean, that could be from your side, right? That maybe this person did not feel you and you couldn't feel them. It feels like this is not an emotional connection. This is more of a swords connection. So maybe you fell in love with someone intellectually. And I feel like that's not enough now. The Eight of Wands tells me that you're taking your shot at happiness. What is it that's going to make you happy, Aquarius? Change. Ooh, boy, the Tower in the World. Okay, yikes. Look, you just gave me the King of Swords answer. You just gave me, this explains Aquarius right here. Yes, yikes. So, I was like, what's going to make you happy? Well, I need a change. I need everything to shift, and I need to close the door on this damn thing so I can keep moving. Whew. All right. All right. Tell me what the outcome is. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if this is a relationship or if this is a job. We're talking about a boss and the employee, or somebody who is now at the same level as the boss is now going off to make their own way to build a business. Like, it could be that. It feels like that. For some of you. Tell me about the outcome, please. We've got the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Oh, you're not in love anymore. We've got the Magician. And we've got the Knight of Cups. You're not in love with this person. Or there's no love loss here. Or I'm not doing it with my emotions. I'm doing it out of practicality. The Magician is a creator. I need to create a situation for myself. I'm speaking for you, Aquarius. I need to create a situation for myself where there's romance. I want the romance of a lifetime. The Magician. You want to create the romance of a lifetime. And this is not what you're getting here. Because I feel like you found somebody who's self-sufficient, and so are you. And I feel like we're dealing with each other in swords. Because the Empress won't be coerced, and neither will you. Five of Swords is here. We have fundamental differences. We don't agree on all of the things that we do. And I mean, we don't have to in order to have a relationship. But I think it's heartbreaking for you that I think up till now you've been holding back. And I don't think you're going to hold back anymore. What's around the corner? We've got the Six of Wands. We've got the Moon energy and the Page of Cups. Yep, you're going to do the Aquarius thing. You're just going to spring it on them. I was getting that feeling from the Ten of Swords in the reverse. I don't think that you're telling somebody that you're going. I think that you're going to spring it on them like a day before you go. Just called to say goodbye because I'm leaving. I don't think that I think you're doing for some of you, you're doing the Irish exit, right? Which is you don't really say anything. You just slip out the back door. So it feels like that. Things are not as they seem to the other person. The Six of Wands is here. I think that you're kind of the center of their world. I'm going to say that they've sort of built everything around you. The Moon energy here is telling me you're concealing something. It might be that you have feelings for someone else, concealing, like things aren't as they seem. You don't understand. You're giving me all the attention and I'm not giving you any because I'm just not feeling it anymore. Five of Wands is, I'm not going to hold back anymore. Indecision, right? There's no more indecision here. You've made a decision. Queen of Wands is telling me you're making a bold move here and it's going to cause a tower for somebody else. Destiny is here and you're heeding the call of destiny. I feel like you have to go because those big ones came up. The chapter is closed. The tower is here. It's breaking down your illusion, the illusion that you stayed there and built, which was maybe the relationship or where you lived or that you needed to be there. And it feels like the door is closing. You just want to end this chapter and carry on. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We've got Sagittarius and Scorpio. We've got Pisces, Aries, Cancer, Pisces, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We've got Taurus and Libra. I think that this person isn't going to make a big deal about you going, though, because Taurus and Libra isn't going to do that. Taurus and Libra is going to be very logical about the situation. All right. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo is there. All right, Pisces. Let's find out what's going on with you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Pisces. Happy harvest moon, my friend. Next 7 days is yours. These energies are going to linger for a little bit here on this super moon in Aries. How is it for you? Tell me about it, Pisces. Do you have an Aries placement? Tell me about Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for Pisces. Fish, my two fishes friends, my water family. You've got the Seven of Wands. You've got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. The Eight of Wands. Okay, I just heard Charlie say, stay where you are. Stay where you are. The Nine of Wands. Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands. Pisces, I think you're supposed to stay where you are. I'm looking at the Seven of Wands. in this energy of this particular depiction is someone sitting in the pink bubble. And that's a place of protection. I think someone's trying to get into your bubble, or someone might try and burst your bubble. And don't let them do it. I'm going to say, I think that there is something that is about to create movement that you've been maybe a little bit worried about. The Two of Pentacles in the reverse is like, now I'm feeling a little bit stable. I feel like you've been doing a lot of meditation or keeping to yourself or being very stable in your energy, stable in your money. It feels like something is going really well for you right now, Pisces. And it feels like things are about to speed up. You're about to get like a surprise. It feels like the Eight of Wands, like all of these arrows being shot at once is like a big push of energy. And the Seven of Wands is here. And it feels like you're supposed to stay in your pink bubble. And a pink bubble is a place of protection. You're supposed to stay in your pink bubble, stay where you are, and let things work out the way they're going to. The Nine of Wands is here. And it does feel like there is a cycle that's ready to close. Something that I feel that you've been, it feels like a resilience. So what I'm going to say, Pisces, is it feels like you've been waiting for something to happen for a really long time. And it has not happened. I feel like you're so close to this thing happening. Don't let anyone burst your bubble and tell you that it's not happening. Because I think something here is about to happen that is going to, wow. Yeah. That is going to bring you some sort of really great opportunity here. So I feel like you've been waiting for something to come to an end, or waiting for somebody to release something, release their fears, release their worries. The Empress is here too. It feels like somebody here, you've been waiting for them to release their worries and fears and have a breakthrough about you. And I feel like this is what's going to happen. I feel like somebody is going to give you an offer, or there's going to be a solid offer coming in, something that has been growing roots already. So that means that I feel like you know that somebody has feelings, or you know that you have feelings. The Justice card tells me that something is about to be made right, or be restored, or be harmonious. Something is going to come into harmony here. Tell me what the Seven of Wands is, please. Somebody is about to stand up and say something. I think when they stand up, that's what causes the Eight of Wands. Tell me about this. Stay where you are. Keep meditating. Keep focusing on yourself. Something is about to move here. We've got the Four of Swords. Yep. Stay in your settled, solid, the fours are always about stability. Stay in your stable energy here, because the heart space is opening. Tell me about the Ace of Cups. The Three of Swords is here. So I think it's a really long, hard wait. And I feel like it's been breaking your heart that you've had to wait so long. But I feel like you're not going to have to wait much longer, because the Eight of Wands is here. Just want to see what the Eight of Wands is. Tell me what the Eight of Wands is. There it is. The Fool is here. And the Temperance card is here. We had to wait for the moment of alchemy. We had to wait for someone to detach from feeling overly emotional about something here. I feel like what's coming at you is a brand new beginning with someone or something, or a job. It feels like things are coming into balance after going back and forth for a long time. The moment of alchemy is here. When the moment of alchemy is here, the Eight of Wands gets released and comes toward you. I feel like somebody is going to pierce your pink bubble. So I feel like you've been keeping to yourself, doing your own thing, taking care of you, focusing on you. And then I feel like the eight wands busts its way in, is what it feels like. And it ends the cycle for you. It feels like you've been waiting with your heart on your sleeve for someone to make a decision, or for someone to come forward, or for the job to call you. I feel like you've already made up your mind that something is not going to happen in your favor, but I think that it is. I think you've been praying for it or meditating about it. Meditating on your energy force here. Got the World card. Something is shifting here, friend. It's the end of you having to spend time alone and just focusing on you, I think. And it's a good thing to do, always. But I feel like you've been doing a lot of it, I'm going to say. The World card is here. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups is here. You've been waiting on the Knight of Cups. So could be somebody who's in water energy, possibly Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Could be an earth sign, not an earth sign, but a fixed sign, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. I've got Sagittarius here, Aries. So it feels like a shift is coming. A chapter is closing of you trying to keep everyone out of your life. I feel like you're a person who likes to stay at home or just isn't terribly social, but you've been focusing on yourself lately. Look, that could be in the last 7 weeks. It doesn't, or last 7 days. It doesn't have to be like for years and years. But I feel like the world is telling me that this chapter of yours is about to close because your waiting is over. There's no more waiting here. It feels like within a very short amount of time that somebody here is about to approach you, somebody who is a knight. Now the knight is someone who might have been circling you for a while, Pisces, but they are very sweet. They are very kind. They're very emotional. They're kind of romantic. This is somebody who has been waiting and circling and waiting and circling and waiting and circling is what I'm feeling here. We've got the Queen of Wands, but somebody's about to make a bold move. It feels like, it feels like that with the Eight of Wands. It felt like that with the Eight of Wands. But look, the Nine and the Ace of Wands is here in the hand of the Queen. So I feel like somebody is dropping burdens. Something was weighing heavy on them. Maybe they didn't know what to say, or they didn't know if they should show you their feelings. Or I feel like somebody here is going to show you how they feel about you. And they're going to do it in a very solid, I like that, because they're not love bombing, right? It is King of Pentacles energy. This is someone who comes to you with a pentacle and says, look, I really like you and I would like to invest in you. They're going to be very honest. This is someone who I think overthinks, because this always reminds me of the spiral. Someone spiraling in their mind before they say something, before they make the decision. So it feels like somebody here was overthinking it or wants to say it perfectly. But I feel like when they show up very grounded, settled, sturdy, honest, truthful. They give you some sort of clarity or an epiphany because they've made a decision. Tell me what the outcome is. Tell me what the outcome is. And they've made it feelings like this could be somebody you're dealing with, and I think I'm making a big deal about it because it feels like this person is either an earth sign or maybe an air sign. They could be a fire sign. They could be a fixed sign, but whoever it is moves slowly. And so slow and grounded. And it feels like the Two of Swords is telling me that they are trying to feel it out. They've been trying to feel you out for a while rather than making a decision about what they see. They're feeling out with the emotions. The outcome, the Sun. Okay, here comes the Sun. Do. We've got the Page of Cups. There it is. That's what I've been feeling here. It does feel like somebody is going to show you their feelings. And they might do it in a very small and sweet way, because the Page of Cups isn't someone who's doing the great, big, grand displays of affection. But the Knight is. So I think that they're going to show you just a little bit of sweetness. They might do something really kind. Look, maybe you go out with friends and they remember what kind of wine you like to drink. I don't know, but it seems like something very specific, particular, that's going to make you very happy. When you realize that you're having this breakthrough, that this person has got heart space for you. And it is quite a surprise. It feels like it's a surprise because I think you've been feeling it too, but you're not sure how they're feeling because they're keeping it under the surface, right? King of Pentacles, this is someone who's going to move really slow, not really show it. I'm going to do very practical things. I'm going to think about it first. I'm going to overthink it and spiral a little bit. But I feel like somebody here is going to surprise you with how they feel. And I feel like in the next 7 days, you're going to be very, very excited. Let's see what's around the corner. We've got the Four of Pentacles. Somebody who's holding back is actually really, really attached to you. They've been making a plan to say something or do something for maybe about the last couple of weeks. They're going to take control. There it is. Somebody here is going to pursue you. They're going to take control. Somebody who's being very strategic. It feels like they've been connected to you or attached to you for a while, but they've been holding back. So that's why you haven't really, they've been very practical about their thought process. They're not going to love bomb you, but look, the Queen of Wands is here, and I feel like they're very attracted to you, that they see you in all of your Queen of Wands energy, whether you're feminine or masculine. So somebody in their masculine energy, whether whether it's a woman or a man, is about to pursue the person in the feminine energy because they're really attracted to them. It feels like somebody's been planning for weeks. How do I say this? How do I tell this person? Because I don't want them to get away. That's what it feels like here. Your wish fulfillment is about to show up. After somebody holding back for a while, they're going to show you exactly how passionate they are about you. So we've got Leo and Aquarius here. We've got Sagittarius, Aries. We've got more Aries energy. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. We've got more Leo energy here. So my friend, it feels like the heart space is about to open. Just when you thought things weren't going to work out, what you're going to realize is 4 and 3 is 7. 7 of Swords is here. Somebody's been keeping it all under the surface because they're scared to show you how they feel. But I think they're going to do it in the next 7 days. I'm going to leave that right here. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now. And if you've made it up to here, thanks for making it up to here. I'm going to leave you here for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. You guys take care. Bye-bye.